Alright team, welcome back to another video, and this time we're in the kitchen because we've got another Goalkeeper Nutrition video. You've seen them before, where we try and give you some meal ideas which are going to help you on the pitch, fuel your performance. And today we're going to be looking at a lunch recipe that you can use on training days, on match days, full of all the macronutrients that you need as a goalkeeper. So today we're going to be making a salmon wrap, and this recipe comes from the Goalkeeper Nutrition Guide. A little bit more on that later on. So the ingredients that we're going to need today are lettuce, red onion, carrot, salmon, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, and some dressings and sauces of your choice. It's a real quick and easy one to make, perfect, as I say, for training on match days. So let's get cooking. So step one for our salmon wrap, what we want to do, we're going to start with the veg. We're going to take lettuce, cucumber, carrot, and tomatoes. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to take the lettuce, give it a little bit of a wash under the sink. Obviously, before we start any of this, you want to wash your hands too. Under the tap, clean them off. And then we're going to thinly slice the cucumber, and we're going to slice up the lettuce as well. This is going to be the salad in our wrap. Nice and fresh, nice and crunchy. As we finish each bit, we're just going to pop it in a bowl to use later on. Right, and then the same with the lettuce as well. Just going to chop up.
This is turning into an ASMR video.
It's very nice, isn't it? In the salad bowl we go. Next up, some cherry tomatoes. How many tomatoes do you want, Johnny? Do you want it very tomato or not very tomato?
In the middle.
In the middle. Okay, we'll go.
Middle of the road.
We'll go for 6 tomatoes. Give them a wash as well. And we're just going to half these like that. And then the final thing to add is a carrot. Now, I peeled this one earlier, and we're just going to grate the carrot into the bowl. Carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, and cucumber in there. Now the next step, I'm going to deviate slightly from the recipe. Within the recipe, it says to use pickled red onion. We don't have any pickled red onion, but we do have a red onion itself. So I'm going to chop this up and fry it in the pan before we add the salmon. Now, as I mentioned before, this recipe comes from the Goalkeeper Nutrition Guide. Me and a nutritionist called James, we put together the Goalkeeper Nutrition Guide to help you guys with anything that you might need in the kitchen in order to fuel your performance. So it's full of breakfast recipes, lunch recipes, dinner recipes. There's a guide on supplements in there. There's a guide on what to eat on match day, when to eat on match day, anything that you might think of in terms of nutrition in order to help you to play even better as a goalkeeper. It's not something that I had a good understanding of growing up, and as a result, my diet choices weren't always the best. But with this nutrition guide, you've got no excuse. All the recipes in there are designed to help you to perform to the best of your ability over 90 minutes and beyond. So red onion chopped up, we're going to take the frying pan, stick it on the hob. We're going to add a little bit of spray light. This is like 1 cal frying spray. You can also use things like olive oil. I'm going to add the red onions to the frying pan. I'm going to turn that on to a medium heat. There we go. Start to hear them sizzling a little bit now that it's starting to get warm. Whilst those are starting to cook, we're going to take our salmon, the main character in this dish, and we're going to fry the salmon in the same pan. And there's 2.
Could people do this with a different meat protein choice?
Definitely. So obviously we've got different macronutrients within this wrap. So you've got the carbohydrates from the wrap itself, you've got the nutrients from the veg, and then you've got, like you say, Johnny, the protein from the fish. Now, if fish isn't your thing, or you don't like salmon, you can easily replace that for something like chicken. You can even replace it with beef if you wanted to. And if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you've got different alternatives there as well. You can have tofu, you could have pulses, beans, that kind of thing. So you can make the adaptations to suit you and to suit what you prefer. Very good question from Johnny there. So the salmon should be cooking for around about 4 minutes, but you can obviously move it around so it cooks on each side evenly. So just give them a little bit of a flip every so often, so that it cooks all the way through. And keep moving the onions so that they don't burn as well. Whilst that's cooking, we can take the plates and our wraps. We can start to decide what we want inside. So the recipe suggests quark, which is a low calorie dressing. You can also use things like salad dressing or mayonnaise. So Johnny, what would you prefer as your base layer? I'm going to go with mayonnaise. We've got some sour cream as well. We've got some sweet chili sauce, so you might want that on the top of the salmon. That's quite nice. Some salsa as well. What do you fancy?
I'm gonna go mayo as well, you know?
Mayo as well, nice. So just gonna douse mayo over the wrap like this. And then we're gonna take the salad that we prepared earlier. Johnny, would you like lots of carrot? Not much carrot?
I do like carrots,
Okay,
yep.
let's get a handful of that. As I say, this is important while you wash your hands. Get the salad in there before. Cucumber, tomato. Not forgetting to turn your salmon every so often. So as you can see, this is pretty easy. I mean, this is less than 10 minutes so far straight away, and we're nearly done. So a perfect one if you've just come in from training and you need to refuel. Also quite a nice light one if you've got an early kickoff. So say if I'm kicking off at 3 o'clock, I've had a big breakfast, I want a slightly smaller lunch but still something to fill me up. This will work quite well. And we will ping up on screen all the macronutrients as well, so you can see the calories, the protein, the carbohydrates. A little bit of variance on that in terms of adding the mayonnaise or any other sauces, but roughly the same as what you'll see in the guide. A couple more minutes on that and we're nearly done. Something about the smell of fried onions always makes me think of the football. When you go to the ground, Old Trafford when I was a kid, and you got the burger vans outside with the fried onions and the burgers. So the smell of fried onions has good memories for me. So while the last bit of the salmon's cooking, we've just added those fried onions to the wrap on the top of the salad. And then we're good to go. Salmon all cooked. And into the wrap here. There we have it. 2 salmon wraps. Nice and easy. And as I said, you can add some extra sauces on top. The main test is going to be when Johnny tries it out. Nice and easy to cook. Great fuel. Really clean, whole ingredients. Perfect to help you with your training and your matches, as I say. But let's see if they pass the taste test. So there we have it. Oh, salmon wrap, Jonathan. No pressure.
It's colourful.
It is colourful. See, that's always good.
Let's give it a try and see.
Feeling nervous.
One thing about wraps.
Yeah, you got.
How good are you at actually wrapping them? That's the question.
We'll find out. I wrap the bottom and then the sides and the top.
For something so simple, it is good.
It took us less than 10 minutes really. And without the camera it would have been even quicker. Anyway, if you would like this recipe, as well as many more for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all you need to get is the Goalkeeper Nutrition Guide, which is over on the website. Follow that link, go and grab yourself a copy, and you can try out some recipes just like this one. But we've given you this recipe, so try it at home. Let us know how it goes.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're going to enjoy this now. Take care. Speak to you in a bit.